The Mike Gallagher Show on Salem News Channel and the Salem Radio Network.
This is not a city where you use idealism to state you're giving everything to everyone for free. There's no dignity in someone giving you everything for free. There's dignity in giving you a job so you can provide for your family and the opportunities that you deserve. So this is not a city of handouts. This is a city of hands up. We're going to lift up the city of New York.
In the ReliefFactor.com studios, here's Mike.
Eric Adams, who became persona non grata with the Democrats because he dared to agree with the Trump administration's efforts to fix the illegal immigration crisis in New York City. Oh, you can't do that. He's a Trump lover. And so they kicked him out, basically. They tried to use lawfare, came up with a bunch of bogus charges against him. The Trump administration sort of bailed him out, but now Eric Adams is facing a challenge from this Zohran Mamdani, who popped up on NBC's Meet the Press. Even Kirsten Welker seemed shocked at the radicalism of this young 33-year-old wannabe mayor of New York.
You are a self-described democratic socialist. Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country. And I look forward to work with everyone, including billionaires, to make a city that is fairer for all of them.
Well, he'll work with them until they are no more because he doesn't think there should be billionaires. How about globalize the Intifada? Everyone knows what an intifada is, right? I don't think Kirsten Welker had the nervous giggle when she asked him to condemn that awful, hateful, horrific expression. And I play these clips for you because I wonder, as the last caller said, can we find common ground? Can we get back to being unified again? Maybe this guy, Mamdani, is a one-off. Maybe his 15 minutes of fame is about to come to an end, and New Yorkers are going to come to their senses in November in the general election. There's no way they could elect in America's biggest and most prominent cities this far-left Marxist communist to be the mayor of the city, a guy who wants to have city-run grocery stores. Yeah, you know where else they have government-run grocery stores? North Korea. Venezuela. And I guarantee you that to Zohran, North Korea and Venezuela are probably, good examples of how things can go. And I'm praying that this is a flash in the pan. How hard would it be to say you're going to renounce the use of the expression intifada? This came up yesterday on Meet the Press.
Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the Intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead this city is that which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights. And ultimately, that's what is the foundation of so much of my politics, the belief that freedom and justice and safety are things that, to have meaning, have to be applied to all people, and that includes Israelis and Palestinians alike.
But do you actually condemn it? I think that's the question and the outstanding issue that a number of people, both of the Jewish faith and beyond, have. Do you condemn that phase, globalize the Intifada, which a lot of people hear as a call to violence against Jews?
I've heard from many Jewish New Yorkers who have shared their concerns with me, especially in light of the horrific attacks that we saw in Washington, D.C. and in Boulder, Colorado, about this moment of anti-Semitism in our country and in our city. And I've heard those fears, and I've had those conversations, and ultimately they are part and parcel of why in my campaign I've put forward a commitment to increase funding for anti-hate crime programming by 800%. I don't believe that the role of the mayor is to police speech in the manner especially of that of Donald Trump, who has put one New Yorker in jail who's just returned to his family, Mahmoud Khalil, for that very supposed crime of speech. Ultimately, what I think I need to show is the ability to not only talk about something, but to tackle it and to make clear that there's no room for anti-Semitism in this city. We have to root out that bigotry, and ultimately we do that through the actions, and that is the mayor I will be, one that protects Jewish New Yorkers and lives up to that commitment through the work that I do.
But quickly, for the people who care about the language and who feel really concerned by that phrase, why not just condemn it?
My concern is to start to walk down the line of language and making clear what language I believe is permissible or impermissible takes me into a place similar to that of the president who is looking to do those very kinds of things, putting people in jail for writing an op-ed, putting them in jail for protesting. Ultimately, it's not language that I use. It's language I understand there are concerns about. And what I will do is showcase my vision for the city through my words and my actions.
If you're asked 3 times, why don't you condemn something, the answer is very clear: because you don't condemn it, because you agree with it. Clearly, he agrees with it. It would have been real easy to say, well, of course, I condemn advocating the destruction of the Jewish people. He couldn't do it. 3 times. 3 times he was asked, why not condemn Globalize the Intifada? And he refused to do it. Are you paying attention, New York? Are you watching? Are you listening? Are you hearing? Are you seeing the clips that have been revealed? Look, the bottom line here is simple. If New York goes down a lot of good people live in New York. I got family in New York. I don't want the city to be demolished by this communist. Oh yeah, and he is a communist. He's an absolute communist. By the book. He's old. He's kind of old school. He's a young guy with a smile and a mastery of TikTok, thanks to his millionaire, mommy movie producer. He knows what he's doing. But make no mistake, what he is dangerous and deadly. Now, how in the world do you find common ground with that? I don't know how. If you've got some ideas, I'm all ears. 800-655-MIKE. Stephen in South Carolina, 19 before the hour. Hey, Stephen, welcome aboard. How you doing?
Thank you, Mike. First-time caller.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you could join us.
Thank you, sir. I've listened to you for a long time. I just want to make a comment about the unity of America.
Yes.
I really would love to see it, but I have doubts with all of the influx of migrants, Muslims, different ethnics of people trying to set up their own communities in our country. And then with the liberals and the Democrats going along with all this and actually going against America, I don't see it happening. I wish it would, but I don't. Just like what's fixing to happen, or is trying to happen in Texas.
Yeah.
Fixing to build this big city of nothing but Iranians.
Stephen, you'll love this. Just a few minutes ago, my producer Stacy came running into the studio wide-eyed. She said, I just saw a video clip of the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, on a stage in front of a sea of people waving a giant flag of Somalia. The mayor, this is what Democrats are doing. I mean, and she couldn't believe it. She was all upset about it. She came in, she said, Mike, this is the mayor of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And he thinks it's a good, waving the flag of Somalia in front of a big cheering crowd of Somalians and people from Somalia in the audience.
And we've got this going on in our country so bad.
I know.
In different states. And in effect, all right, so things going on in Chicago, things going on in New York, things going on in Texas, and they don't just affect those states.
I know, and I don't know how in the world. I'm with you. It's getting to a point where I don't know how to find unity with that. I wish I knew. I mean, to me, you're waving a Somali flag as the mayor of an American city, a once vibrant, successful city. Our cities are falling. And, this is, and part of it is going to be fixed by the mass deportation effort that most Americans favor. That's the good news. The bad news is I don't know how to get to any place of unity. And I'm not somebody who wants to be at each other's throats. I say this all the time. I was married to a Democrat. I can have a conversation. I've had friends, I still have friends who don't see the world politically the way I do. But if you support things that are this horrifically antithetical to what we are as a country, look, I don't know how to find common ground. How about the expression, the communist expression, the seize the means of production? Do you study your history? Do you know what communism and socialism mean? Here's a little clip that somebody put together with the appropriate music in the background of Mamdani as this wasn't all that long ago. You can say, well, he's 33 years old. Maybe he posted things 15 years ago that were kind of crazy, but maybe this wasn't all that long ago. Check this out.
What the purpose is about this entire project is not simply to raise class consciousness, but to win socialism. And obviously raising class consciousness is a critical part of that. But making sure that we have candidates that both understand that and are willing to put that forward at every which moment that they have, at every which opportunity that they're given. We have to continue to elect more socialists. And we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right? Or whether it's the end goal of seizing the means of production.
Did you hear that at the end? Seize the means of production. Now, 3 things in there that were so fascinating. Years ago, I had a wonderful family in Oregon who donated to one of my campaigns, one of my charitable campaigns. And the deal was I would fly to your city for a big donation and take you out to dinner. And they brought their liberal son. Nice kid, adult son, but nice young man, and the couple. And he argued with me that you guys keep talking about socialists. Well, these are democratic socialists, the guy said. He kept saying, that's a difference. There's a difference. Well, did you hear Mamdani just now? He didn't say democratic socialists. He said socialists. We need to elect more socialists. There's no pretense anymore that it's democratic socialists. Nice try, kid, from Portland, Oregon, or wherever, somewhere in Oregon State. These aren't democratic socialists. He's a socialist. Look up the expression, seize the means of production, online. You know what it means? A slogan associated with communism. It's the idea of transferring control of the resources and infrastructure used for creating wealth from the bourgeoisie to the proletariat. This concept is central to Marxist theory. This is Mamdani, the guy who, if New Yorkers don't get their act together, might become the next mayor of the city.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.